The broadcast is live.
Oh, it's live now. All right, Mick, crack your beer.
Oh, shit.
That's perfect.
All right, well.
Welcome to Sports Casserole.
Don't steal my thunder. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Sports Casserole. I'm Amanda. These two are my dipshits. This dipshit's Jordan. I decided to marry that one.
Yep.
This dipshit's Mick. He's the male version of me.
Also, yeah.
I sound like this, so get ready. Get excited. Mick, Jordan, how'd you two meet?
Well, in college, they just give you a person to like live with, and I was given him, and at first we didn't talk, and then we started talking over beer, and now we always talk. So
still over beer, but
yeah, but like that's it, kids. Just keep drinking beer.
You'll make friends eventually.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty much it.
Yeah.
Let's talk
So
sports.
we're excited to talk sports. We're not going to get too deep. This is not an intellectual podcast. So if you're here
Not at all.
for deep hot takes, then get your ass out of here.
Wrong
See you later.
spot.
Deep and hot in the take. Take it deep and hot.
Oh boy. Anyway,
So that's about what that's going to be the full content of the show.
it is.
Wanted to start with the name. We named it Sports Casserole because Mick came up with that on a joke. And our first part of this show is going to be the hot dish. Anyone from the Midwest knows that Minnesotans are wrong. They call every casserole a hot dish. But
Preface that with the fact that we live in Minnesota, but yeah, they're all
Apparently,
wrong.
people from Washington State call anything that you cook in a pan a hot dish.
No,
like a pan on the stove.
Yeah.
no.
I had this discussion with a guy at work the other day. He also fucking puts elbow macaroni in his chili, so that's something.
What?
Yeah,
Goulash.
Chili.
It's
goulash chili.
Yeah.
Elbow macaroni in your chili is goulash.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Anyway,
Sports.
So back to sports.
casserole.
For hot dish. We are going to start with Mick and Jordan's take on the Wilder versus Fury fight. What are your thoughts? Does boxing even matter still? And I'm going to lead with Mick because I heard you.
I don't know if it matters. I mean, it matters because obviously people still watch it. They had like 16 million at the gate, which makes 16 million at the gate. It matters to someone.
Boxing matters in the fact where people love to watch people get hurt, and also it's a sport. Like,
oh yeah,
they're athletes. Like 100%. Tyson Fury looks like he isn't, but holy hell.
I'm arguing on that. So Wilder put on his outfit that weighed 40 pounds.
He's
walked to the ring in it
and
said that's why his legs were dead.
But he's just
a 40-pound outfit.
He's just making.
Yeah, if he was an athlete, he wouldn't make an excuse. He's a little bitch.
No, he's making excuses because it's come out now that he had been training the whole time with a 40-pound vest. So like,
obviously he has. He's just making excuses to come up with a reason why
he got beat.
Got his ass kicked.
He got beat, and it was fun to watch. Honestly, it was pretty good boxing. I mean, if I'm being honest,
for the heavyweight division, it was.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like that's
heavyweight's pretty much always just let's stand in the middle of the ring and smash each other's faces.
Just bears swinging at each other.
Exactly, and Fury was coming at him the whole time, and I don't think anybody's ever done that to him before, and he was off his game.
Well, he also weighed in nearly like 15 to 20 pounds more than what he'd ever fought at before.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was a weird
choice.
I mean, yeah.
The
thing that's always been an advantage for him was that he was a little bit lighter and faster. He has a lot of. He's definitely a power puncher, but he's always been lighter and faster and able to avoid 6'9" dudes with 5-inch longer reach.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and so we do have to talk about the thing everyone's talking about. Do you think his corner was right to throw it in?
Yeah, I think it's over. If it hadn't been a title match, they would have thrown it a round or two sooner, to be honest.
Oh yeah, but same. Agreed. He looked like he had no idea.
He looked like Matthew McConaughey in Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, like shut up about Matthew McConaughey.
I'm just saying he looked like
later. Well, not this episode. Later. Future episode.
All right.
Yeah.
We all know about your man crush.
Hey, it's not man crush. I love him. It's official.
All right.
It's not lust, it's love.
But fair enough.
But no, when you're bleeding out of your ear.
I know. He was bleeding out of his ear, and he could hardly stand up.
Yeah, because when your eardrum bursts, you lose your equilibrium. But
anytime he stood back up, he immediately went to the ropes, and he was holding himself up. Like,
oh yeah.
I think you're right. If
it was over,
if it hadn't been such, not only that it was a title match, but it's been billed as, obviously one of the most important fights of our decade as far as boxing. If it hadn't been such a huge fight, his corner would have taken him out rounds prior.
And especially when boxing has this thing going where they're trying to be the best. They're trying to put out a look for their sport, like they care about the boxer's health and stuff.
And I don't think so.
Well, I do, because there have been a couple things in the last year where like boxers have died in the actual ring, and I don't think that would have been like worst case here.
Yeah.
Like it had to end there because
but that's not
Fury
the organization.
Was fine. Like he could have kept it going for
but that's more the boxing association,
right?
Covering that. So are you saying that you think Wilder's corner was told to throw in the towel?
I'm not saying they were told to throw in the towel. I'm just saying from a boxing perspective as a whole, like if you cared about boxing, you were hoping that fight was gonna end before Wilder got hurt, like really hurt, because it was close.
Yeah. But as a fan, I always like to see knockouts.
Yeah,
knockouts are fun as shit, but that's also, the dude definitely has a concussion.
Oh hell yeah!
Probably a very serious one.
Yeah.
So how, as a boxing association, can you be both pro boxers and try to cater to your fans? Because
you can't. But
I don't think they are. I don't think they are.
Well, I don't either, but I think that's the thing that sports is coming to now, because there are so many sports that aren't healthy for you, where they have to have this balance of, we care about health, but also you guys want to see violence. So how do I balance that?
I think I would disagree with the fact that you are saying that boxing, and I'll wrap MMA into this, I don't think as an organization or as a sport, they're pretending to care about their boxers, because it's an inherently violent sport. Yeah, and viewers have always known that. So like when a guy gets hurt or seriously injured in the ring, you knew it was a possibility. Like, well, What are you going to do?
Yeah.
The guy chose to get punched for a living. So their fans are,
That's
I
true,
think,
I guess.
partially immune to that, and they don't have to step up and be like, "We care if they get hurt."
I
No,
guess
they
it's
don't.
just hard for me because I'm not a big boxing or fighting fan, so I'm just like, holy shit, that's a person. Yeah, like
well, I mean, it's just like in horse racing, the horses die on the track all the time. At the in Saratoga, was it Santa Anita or Saratoga last weekend? Two horses. There's two tracks.
Okay.
They're two different tracks. I'm trying to remember which race it was.
I don't know.
There was two horses got put down on the track on the same race, and that's part of horse racing.
Right. And as a fan, you don't want to see it. Like as an MMA fan, you don't want to see Silva's leg wrap around someone else and kick his own leg. But like you also know that's a risk that he is taking by choosing to be in this sport.
Right.
So I don't think as an organization they have a duty to be like, we care about our players. Whereas, say, the NFL with concussions, this is a new revelation that people are coming out like, oh, this is a thing that can happen. That's why people are upset.
And in the NFL, there's ways to, I mean, not really ways to avoid it, but the game, kind of not the game anymore. But in the NFL, all of the players have a union. I don't know if the boxing association, if the boxers have a union.
I don't either, but
almost every sport has a CBA.
Well, how does it work? Because you're facing your opponent and that's it. You're in a ring. I mean,
because technically, I could be wrong, but aren't boxers technically independent? Like having to.
I mean, but they still have to answer to the larger organization, the World Boxing Association.
So I mean,
So
was what was it? Suspended for 2 years, 3 years, because he had elevated something in his blood, and he blamed it on eating uncastrated boar.
Yeah, there's
which is horseshit.
I mean, they have to answer to the association.
Yeah, true. I just don't know if it's as
I don't think they have a. I don't.
Strict
I'll look it up real quick.
Union as
I'm guessing they have a CBA. There's no way they don't.
The other four major sports that have a very specific union.
Yeah. Well, Wilder versus Fury.
That got off topic, but I feel like we covered.
There is a union.
Told you.
Well, see.
All right,
there you go.
And it was right. Fuck it.
Point one. Okay.
I was right.
Cool. So that's Wilder versus Fury. Next hot dish, Sabrina Ionesco. Sabrina Ionesco
is a badass.
Is a badass. And arguably, this is where Mick and I think are going to argue the same point. I think we're going to get it. Arguably one of the best collegiate players of all time. 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 1,000 assists. Nobody in D1, male or female, has ever done that.
And not just D1. She's at a big program.
Yeah.
That's not
Oregon. Like that's
every year she's been there, they play Stanford at least once.
Mm-hmm.
Stanford's historically a power team.
As far as women's basketball.
Yeah, as far as women's basketball. And I'm sure they played UConn at least 4 times in their, or at least 2 or 3 times in her career.
So a couple of the things, I remember when she first, like her freshman, sophomore year, people were saying that she was leading this charge for Oregon to become the UConn of the West, right? They were going to be the UConn of the western half of the U.S., the Pac-12, whatever it was. These days, like, they can kind of run up against UConn, not just the UConn of the West, but like that.
It also helps that UConn's kind of gone. They haven't gone downhill, but they have definitely regressed.
I adore Gino as a coach and as a person, but you can't say that his last couple of years have been the same as the prime Gino years. He's getting older. His recruiting is slacking a little bit.
Well, it also doesn't help that they're not in a Power 5 conference.
Oh, it didn't matter for the first 13. Oh, that's true. Never mind, you're right.
Well, they're getting back into one.
Yeah, they're going back to the Big East, aren't they?
Because they were one of the founding members. So for is it the 30th anniversary of the Big East? They're going back for it.
Yeah,
it's the 30th or 40th.
Anyway, Sabrina
Ionescu is an incredible player, an incredible human, and I did not know this, but reading up on obviously what a big accomplishment this was. Her parents are actually refugees of war. So, yeah.
Her last name is Ionescu.
Yeah, so they're.
Isn't it like
that'd be Russian?
Ionescu.
I always say Ionescu.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Czechoslovakia.
They are from. Oh, I just looked this up. It's not Russia, but they were fleeing war. I think it was the Czech.
One of the former Soviet countries.
So, 1989 Romanian Revolution.
Romania. Oh.
Yeah. So
that was a rough one.
Yeah.
She wasn't alive, but being here as a refugee or as a child of refugees and being able to reach the level that she has, I mean, she's still in college, so she's not. But she's easily, for me, I would say she's easily the best female basketball player in college history.
In college history, yes. I think it remains to be seen what she will do in the WNBA.
Right, in the WNBA and that kind of stuff. But
what's that?
Nothing. I didn't say WNBA doesn't matter.
I feel
Fight me about it.
It does, but that's a different conversation.
The neatest thing that when I was reading up on her, they beat the U.S. women's basketball team.
Like
Oregon beat them
handily too. Like
that hasn't happened since like 1999.
Yes,
that's nuts.
There is something to be said for the fact that this Oregon team has been playing together for several years, and that is simply a friendly of people who just started playing together. Like,
still,
I'm not saying it's not incredible. It absolutely is.
Pretty cool. Also, she got the triple-double record. She just flew back from Kobe's.
Yep.
That's also kind of neat. I don't know.
It's just hard. It's just another one of those times in sports where you see an athlete like come from something tragic and put on a show.
Where you very easily could see them if she had had a terrible game, you could have been like, oh my God, well, can you imagine, how emotional she is and the jet lag from just flying back. Of course she was going to have a terrible game, and then to show up and not only have a great game, but to crush a record that didn't exist yet. Like no one has ever done this. It's not like she was beating someone's old scoring record.
Yeah. Now she's like setting the bar for future athletes. Like that's what an elite college player is now. Yeah.
So yes, and there's something to be said for the fact that while she could have gone to the draft last year, she decided to come back and play her senior year at Oregon.
Yeah.
Because WNBA doesn't matter.
I'm not saying WNBA doesn't matter. I'm just saying it's probably more worthwhile to stay for senior year than say like a freshman male to go to the NBA.
I don't think there's any argument there.
Yeah, like that's.
But I think it's also better for the WNBA that she stays in college longer, because the more people who become fans of her, they're going to know where she gets drafted. They're going to watch her games. They're going to, this is something the game needs, is an outright superstar. No, like, oh, she's good for a girl. She's good for this or that. Like,
no, she's just good.
She's 5'11", and she has 1,000 rebounds.
That's a lot of rebounds.
Like, she's tiny when you consider elite level basketball players, and she has 1,000 rebounds. That's just straight hustle.
Work. Yep.
So yeah. arguably one of the greatest college athletes of all time.
Agreed. I think all of us are on the same page. She's a badass, and we all hope to keep seeing her.
And I'd like to learn how to pronounce her name correctly.
I agree.
Feels like something I should do.
UNESCO.
Speaking of doing shit correctly.
Oh God, what are you gonna do now?
How do you guys feel about the Astros cheating to win World Series?
It isn't cheating. It was cheating 100%. There aren't any air quotes. It was cheating.
Did
They cheated.
Admitted. They not only got caught, they've admitted
It was
they cheated.
against rules, like written rules.
If they did, they did cheat.
Yeah.
So they said they cheated.
Yeah.
How you think it's okay the way that the rest of the league has responded? That we're just going to throw balls at you guys' heads. We're going to throw 90-mile-an-hour fastballs.
I do not believe
they haven't pegged anybody in the head.
They've
got them in the ribs and the ankles.
I think
it's a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. It's like shooting someone with a gun.
Has anyone bled or died?
Let
me shoot you in the ribs with a gun and let's see
what kind
safe
of gun.
If you can just trot your ass down to first.
Softball, you fucking know how it feels.
It hurts. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt.
That's from like high school girls.
Yeah. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt. I'm saying it's not getting shot with a gun.
Here's
does it? Do you think that's
thing about that? I don't think. I think the reaction throughout the league is because everyone's angry that they aren't getting punished as players. I think the reason,
or as an organization,
they got punished as an organization, kind of.
They got to keep their title.
He did as much as he could do as a commissioner, and I think that's
he could strip the title.
No, he can't. I think that's where all this is coming back to. As a commissioner, he is toothless. He has no actual power. And I think that's what's coming down here. Like, he's doing everything he can to try and control this, and it's coming out that he doesn't really
he can't
do anything.
He took $5 million and suspended their general manager and their that's it. He suspended the general manager and
coach, which then
and their manager. That's it. And took $5 million from the club.
Then fired them, but
also
who the hell cares?
In baseball, $5 million.
Nothing.
That is like half a signing bonus on a medium rookie contract. Like
the owner's a billionaire. Like $5 million doesn't mean shit.
Did he make that? Was it a fine or did he just take it away from their cap?
If I remember right, I thought he took it from the cap.
I don't know, but
actually make them pay
but baseball.
But $5 million.
Baseball doesn't have a salary cap.
They have penalties.
Hardly.
Yes, any team who's serious about what they're doing is going to pay the penalties.
Over that, yeah, because who the hell cares?
Okay, so Mick, if you don't think that teams pegging their batters is the appropriate response, what would, if you were a manager or a player on another team, what is the appropriate response?
Well, for one, just kick their asses. Well, not like physically kick their asses, but beat them on the field.
Take a bat to their face.
Just take bats out and just start hitting them.
You get to disrespect them, like on a
run it up.
Yes, run it up. But like when they're introducing the players during games, like if you're sitting in the dugout, whip out like a newspaper and just start reading the newspaper, or when they're doing.
I would be so down if every team does every time that they played the Astros just ignored their intros. Like that'd be really funny, coordinated effort from all the teams to like tell them to fuck off.
And if they did it, I mean, it wouldn't even have to end this year.
No,
doing it.
Just keep.
It happened in 2017, So most of the players that did it aren't even on the team anymore.
All of the
not most, but the core players are still on the team.
Yeah. All the core guys are.
Just keep doing it. And when you're throwing balls at people, the umps are eventually going to catch on that, oh, hey, you guys are, every team in the league is beating you. So you're going to start getting, a bean that gives them a walk. That's helping them beat you.
That's why I think hitting them isn't the answer, but it probably feels
but it only feels
really
good for
currently because all of these games don't matter.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe they're just doing it for spring training.
Yeah, like these games don't matter. So
that's true.
But I do like your idea of the mental game, like beyond just, talking shit, like running up the score, ignoring their intros. I think the mental game is, I think that's a way that you could do it to be disrespectful without hurting your own game.
Yeah.
I
just think the way that they're going about it right now seems
weird.
I mean, it hurts the one player that you hit with a pitch, but it also hurts your team because you gave them a walk.
Yeah, fair enough. So then do you think they should have their title stripped if it were possible? Okay, cool. If the commissioner had the authority to,
the most,
you should have your title
from
stripped.
What I understand, the most he can do is censor it, which basically means
asterisk.
Yeah, put in asterisks on it.
Well,
which, that's a start, but
you should still do that.
Yeah, agreed. Like
that's like beating a team when their star player gets hurt. Like you still won, but it doesn't feel great.
Right.
It still feels great.
Well, it feels better than losing, obviously.
Yeah, the one that hurt their star player, then it feels even better.
All right. Why don't you go work for Sean Payton?
That's fair enough. So,
not intentionally. I just got done saying how you don't want to hit. Not intentionally hurting them.
Well, internal conflict.
Back to baseball. It's back. How do we feel about it? How do we feel about our teams? Who do we think is gonna have a good season?
Okay.
Not the Cubs.
Okay, so Mick and I, both Cubs fans.
Yeah. I'm also a Cubs fan by proxy.
Yeah. So Jordan's an Angels fan. Mick, how did you become a Cubs fan?
I don't really know.
Fair enough.
I think it started because I became a Bears fan because I was young and I turned on the TV and they were playing and oh crap, I can't remember who the running back was.
Not Walter.
Yeah, I was like, you're too young for it to be.
I don't know who it was, but he got a touch. Like right when I turned on TV, he got a touchdown, carrying like half. It looked like half the defense on his back. So I was like, I'm a Bears fan. And I was like, hey, Michael Jordan's awesome at basketball. I'm a Bulls fan.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, I guess I'll just be a Chicago sports fan. So
thank God you picked the Cubs over the Sox, though, because fuck them.
Oh my God. Well, that's kind of how I became a Cubs fan. When you said like, oh, I just turned on the TV and they were winning, and that's how I became a Bears fan. Like I went to a Cubs game and I watched them win, and I was like, this is my team now. This is awesome. And I think they probably won like 4 games that year total.
And that's why sports fandom's fucking awesome. It's stupid and awesome.
It's stupid and awesome because,
like,
you guys
being a Browns fan.
Oh God.
Well, yeah.
Those poor bastards.
Poor Steve. Fucking Steve.
Who's Steve?
Wait, Steve.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. Steve
is a Browns fan in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Oh.
How did he not get?
I don't know.
Get stabbed yet?
Well, Pittsburgh, Steve, if you're listening to this,
hey, Steve.
But I feel bad for you that you're a Browns fan. I would have assumed he was a Steelers fan, and I hate him less now. So
yeah, also true.
Rally possum.
But anyway, back to baseball.
Yeah. So yeah, that I watched the Cubs win, and I was like, "Oh my god, they're my favorite team!" And then they were always
the Cubs win.
Yeah, up until like the
2016,
2015 season, I was like, "Holy shit, these guys look kind of good!" Like,
you're like,
what's going on here?
I feel scared.
Yeah, and then we were living in Alaska when they won the 2016 year, and I sobbed like a child.
Yeah, and you
I did tackle him in the living room. He went for a high five. What kind of a loser high fives their wife when her favorite sports team just ended the longest drought in sports history? It's
the one you married.
Yeah, I hate both of you, but it's fine. You were crying. I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
Well, high five was your first option when you
I mean,
I panicked.
Who cries about sports?
Me.
I do.
Me.
No. I do too.
I cried. I'm also a Chiefs fan. I cried when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. I also might have said fuck on speakerphone a couple of times with
your family
and my grandparents listening. So like, sorry, Grandma. What are you gonna do?
I'm questioning my relationship with both of you right now.
You can't get out of it. You signed it in blood.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
F off. But
yeah, so then Jordan's an Angels fan.
You two are Cubs fans. Yeah. I'm an Angels fan for an even dumber.
Even dumber than Nick's. Like, I think I'm a Chicago sports fan.
Yeah, no. As a kid, my favorite movie that I watched pretty much every day was Angels in the Outfield. And then when I was 5, we went to California, and we went to an Angels game, and I've been an Angels fan ever since. And yeah, it's been pretty good, except for the fact that we're wasting the prime of a generational player in Mike Trout, because he's the greatest thing baseball has seen in probably 100 years.
Whoa.
Years. Since Babe Ruth.
No, absolutely not.
No. Anyway, we are wasting him by giving him shit teams, and I really hope we can finally.
I'll agree. He's a generational player. Probably one of the best players in the game right now. I
would say he is.
Yeah,
I would say he is the best player.
Especially all-around player.
Yeah.
Like as an all-around player, yeah, I'll give him that. In a century, eat shit.
Who else?
You can't just.
She's trying to think of someone that didn't take steroids.
Yeah, I'm like, well, okay.
Yeah, like if you look at his stats and his WAR, he is the best player at his position since Babe, since Mickey Mantle. Like, he is.
Mickey Mantle wasn't 100 years ago.
It was close.
No. 1920, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, it's 2020, guys.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. So, okay. Speaking of how long ago stuff is, we're going to come back to MLS because this is a perfect segue into our movie review.
Why?
Because 40 years ago.
It's not a good segue if you say it's a good segue, though.
Nick, it's a good fucking segue.
Let's segue.
Because we're talking about, if you say the word segue, it's...
You know what? Fine. Here's a preview of soccer. I'm sure everyone's super pumped to hear it.
You're a real dick, but I will take this segment because it's my segment. The MLS starts this weekend. I'm pumped. I played soccer as a kid. Through high school, I currently live in a city that has an MLS team. I'm pumped for it. It is the 25th season of MLS, so it is a big deal for the the MLS as a whole. They're doing all kinds of awesome stuff to celebrate the 25th season that I'm super pumped about.
Which matters more or less, WNBA or MLB?
You mean
WNBA?
MLS, that's what I said.
Was that a question for me? It's WNBA.
It's kind of
less than MLS? No.
Yes.
MLS is pretty much the fifth sport now also.
Yeah, our dog just locked herself in the bathroom. I heard it.
Yeah.
Someone go let her out. Keep up with your
anyway,
your thing.
MLS, it's the 25th season, kicks off. There are 2 teams this year that are starting their first ever season in the MLS. For the expansion sides, it's Nashville and Miami. Both those teams aren't gonna be good, but it's gonna be fun. Miami's gonna be better than Nashville only because they have way more money and spent way more money. Yeah, because Miami's team is owned by David Beckham, so he had money to just toss at people. So they have a chance of being okay. Nashville's gonna have a rough year. They're just not gonna be great. But
who's our favorite boy on Minneapolis? Who's the guy I like?
We have a player on Minnesota United, who is our favorite team because we're homers. His name is Chase Casper. He is a defender, and he is insane. He runs his ass off.
He just got called up a couple months ago to the national team. Woo!
For the first time. Yeah, we were super happy for him. He was a rookie last year, and he balled out. Like
he looks 47.
Yeah,
and
he's 22.
Jordan told me he was a rookie, and then he was 22, and I wanted to throw myself off a cliff. I was like, "Fuck! What have I done with my life?"
Yeah, but he's awesome. And so anyway, I'm excited for Minnesota's season. They have a good chance of getting back to the playoffs. It'll be interesting how they handle things, given the fact that they lost their 3 top scorers. So we'll see who can score for Minnesota, but they have a good chance of getting back to the playoffs, which is gonna be awesome. And I don't think they have a chance of winning though. So
Mick, do you want to pick a team? You want to pick an MLS team?
No.
You can be a Chicago fan since you're a Chicago sports fan.
I don't want to pick an MLS team. I want to pick an MLS team almost as much as I want to pick a WNBA team.
I like the Sparks. I mean, I'll root for the Lynx because homers, but I like the Sparks.
You guys are gonna have to jump on board because soccer's getting huge. So soccer's
you'll never catch football in America.
Hell no. But here's the thing. There's the
XFL and arena football. So I got football all year round. So fuck you.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
Here's the thing though. That's the best part about the MLS so far. Like they aren't trying to beat football. They aren't trying to even compete. Like they're carving out their own market of people like me who grew up playing soccer.
That's
and
fine. You
are now at an age that can buy tickets. I'm not pushing it on you. You pushed it. Fuck you.
It's like Catholics that try to push their Catholicism on me. I'm not Catholic. I'm whatever religion everyone else is. Push your shit on me? No.
That was a
That's a
vague.
great analogy.
That
I
was
don't wanna get
a
into
horrible
religion or politics
metaphor,
here, but, like,
and
that was
this is getting off the rails. So just very fast,
Speaking of the national team,
pick for the MLS Cup is LAFC. So there, cool.
Oh.
MLS is over now.
I cannot refute that.
Be happy now.
yay! Let's
We
talk
did it.
about a really good fucking movie.
Oh, such a good movie. Okay. So we're going to do a movie review. We are going to start with Miracle. If you don't know what Miracle is,
Fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much. Really.
Well, I mean, stop listening for. Well, no, don't, that's a bad thing to say on a podcast.
Don't
isn't
stop.
Stop listening to us. Listen, if you're still
it?
listening,
Well,
you're probably making fun of
Our
us
friend.
or related to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Or your
We're
Pittsburgh.
really hoping that we review this league that I drafted earlier. It's at
Yeah.
like minute 70.
Anyway,
Oh, the league. Oh, wait, it's still at a minute 70?
no.
Oh,
Let's
it's
talk
at.
about Miracle.
Fair enough. Okay, so Miracle. We're gonna try and review one sports movie every podcast. As we, I think, just talked about, I only cry at sports and dogs.
True.
That's it. Didn't
Yep.
cry at our wedding,
No.
but I still love you.
No. I didn't know.
Jordan cried at both of our weddings, like
Oh,
his
yeah.
and Mick's.
Yep.
I don't think either of us credit either.
No,
No.
I don't. I was super happy at mine, and I was super happy at yours. But
I have
like,
all, I
I'm not
have
gonna cry
all
about
of the emotions for all of us. It's
yeah,
fine.
you really do.
Right.
True.
So
But
did you try doing Miracle then?
yes, absolutely.
No.
No, I'm talking to your wife.
Yeah,
So
of
what
course.
part? Okay, first of all,
Okay, so let me go through. First of all, if you've not seen Miracle, rough description from the Wikipedia.
Oh my god.
Basically, this last Saturday, it was the 40th anniversary of the Miracle on Ice. True story, 1980 Olympics. The Russian national team hadn't been beaten in 40 years. 20 years. 20 years.
20. I was like,
I had to count it back.
64.
I was like, wait, no, that's 10 Olympics. They hadn't been beaten in 5 Olympics. So they hadn't been beaten for 20 years. They were well known as the best team in the world for hockey.
Hands down.
The hockey.
The hacky.
And then this wild-eyed crazy coach named Herb Brooks from where? Minnesota. He-
St. Paul.
He coached, well, yeah, he lived in St. Paul. We're going to give him that concession. He coached the U of M hockey team, and he was surprisingly given the job to coach the U.S. Olympic team and turned it all around, as you know, by the name Miracle. So go watch it. I love this movie. Everybody gets a minute to review it. I'm going to give Mick the first spot.
all right. Well, I really like Miracle. It's a good movie. It's not a great movie. I would, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it like an 8. I love that it's a true story about America being fucking awesome, because we are.
Miracle.
But my favorite scene, probably when they, during their one of their prep games, all the kids, because it's a bunch of kids is all it is. They're like, the oldest is like 21, 22, just out of college, trying to get noticed by an NHL team. They're sitting on the bench, looking up in the crowd.
I'm going to say
And
dugout.
I was gonna say dugout probably.
Yep,
But
that's right.
Herb's they're looking up in the crowd, looking at all the chicks, and the coach walking around being like, "This is fucking stupid." And then after the game, he makes them skate. I don't know what they call him.
Bag skate.
Well, he makes
call
them
it
skate
bag skate.
over and over and over, again and again. And then at the end of that scene, one of the players,
Who is it?
Noni.
Rizzo.
Well, I'm not going to tell you the whole scene, but that scene gives me goosebumps every time, which is part of how I rank a movie. If it gives me goosey bumps,
Goosebumps.
because that makes the movie feel special. Get that? I got that feeling like 3 or 4 times during the movie. Definitely a movie I'd watch again. So.
Well, I gave you 2 minutes because I love this movie.
That's all.
Jordan. So Mick, hold on. Mick gives it an 8, right?
Yeah, I get it.
8. Okay.
He said 8. I also love this movie, but in a different way than both of you do, because Mick finds it a sports movie. You find it just, I don't even
I love it so much.
know what. Like, you love this movie.
We'll get to my review. Talk about yourself.
I like it a lot. Obviously, all these true sports stories are great. This is one of the most improbable sports stories that's true. Like, that team had no business of beating that Russian team. Like, it shouldn't have happened. Like,
if we played them 10 times, they might win 9.
Exactly.
I can quote the whole movie.
She can, and it's awful.
And I regularly do.
It's a story of perseverance. It's a story of taking your opportunity and making it great. And it's a good movie. I love all of the 70s in it. I like all of the suits. I like all of the mustaches, and my favorite person is Coxie, because he's funny as hell. And yeah, I'd probably give it a 7.
Oh, a 7?
I liked it, but I don't know.
It's about America being fucking awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
And hard work, persevering.
Yeah, 7.
Oh, God.
That's a solid 7.
So, most of my review is going to consist of quoting the movie. I'm not going to give the first movie a 10, so 9. I love this movie. I love that it's a true story. I love Herb Brooks as a coach and as a person. Rewatching it, some of the calls that he makes, they are gutsy as hell. Like the moves he makes and the calls that the man shoots a shot. And if it had gone poorly, like if any of those gutsy calls had not gone his way, which they very well could have, he'd have been known as the biggest dumbass. You know, we wouldn't know who the hell.
Not really, because he would have just lost. He wouldn't have been known.
No. But like, he would have been seen as, they'd be like, oh, well, there's another dumbass. And 4 years later, they've got another coach. Done and done.
Yep.
So the risk that he's willing to take and the dedication he has to his team and his players, I love him as a coach in the movie, in real life. I can't get enough of it. Some of my favorite quotes: legs feed the wolf. We will. Oh, God damn it. The dog has to go out. You want me to skate on one leg? I'll skate on one leg. Bruised leg is a hell of a long way from the heart, you candy ass. Just, oh my God. I love it so much. I can quote the whole damn scene, the whole movie.
Yeah.
Thank you to my stepmom for introducing me to Miracle, because I love it so much and I cry every time.
And hockey in general.
I also love listening to all the accents.
The hockey.
And how many times they say boys.
The hockey. Come on, boys. It's hard.
Boys.
Tell your boy to keep his head up.
No, but I just want to interject real quick. The call when he pulled the goalie.
Jimmy Craig.
Yeah. That's a good call. And then when he there's so many good calls in that movie. Well, in real life.
Yeah.
I know.
It's real.
Like the amount of times where you're like, where he keeps OC. He keeps OC. Like,
and the fact that he picked the team before even seeing the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we got all these best players in the nation here for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Oh, you took 2 hours? Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Puts me in a hell of a spot, Herb.
A hell of a spot.
Yeah. And Patty as a wife.
Real awesome.
Also dope as hell. Basically was
Real
like,
dope.
Hey, get your head out of your ass. The only time Herb admits to making a mistake is when he brings Timmy in and you can see his nerve. I love that movie. So I'm gonna give it a 9. We got a 9, an 8, and a 7. That gives us, I'm decent at math, 24. I'm not very good at math. But 24. That's not bad.
24 or 30 is not bad. For the
Yeah.
first movie. I think Jordan is 7 is low.
7's low.
We also, I mean, there's so many
a
good
lot.
sports movies. We have to make it. It has to be.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah, but this is one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, but it's one of your all-time favorites. I think
Well,
the part that we none of us touched on is how big of a deal it was to the country at the time.
Yes. See, that's the part that I love because it was a huge deal to the country because it was a very
like right now. Could you tell me who won gold at the last Olympics for hockey?
I think Canada did.
Probably Canada's a safe guess.
Yeah, it is.
You're just saying that because you're like
at the time, it wasn't just a hockey game.
No.
It was, we're fucking. This is Russia. We're America. This is.
It was political.
Yeah. Well,
and
ask anyone who was of an age to remember that. They remember it. Like, again, my stepmom grew up here in Minnesota playing hockey, and she still remembers hearing Al Michaels with the call. Do you believe in miracles? Like, at 10 years old? That's insane.
Yep.
Who remembers an Olympic call from when you were 10 years old? I don't.
No, I don't either.
Well,
so
that's a miracle. It's a very good film. If you haven't seen it, what the hell? Go see it.
Hey,
on Netflix. # not sponsor.
Not a sponsor. Also on Disney Plus. Also definitely not a sponsor.
Non-spon.
Disney Plus.
Seen Miracle before you and I got together?
Probably once, but honestly, I don't know.
He didn't care for it, so don't let him judge you too harshly. Okay.
But I've seen it now, so
there you go.
F off.
So on to the Octagon.
Octagon.
The Octagon. 2 dopes enter, 1 dope leaves. Anyone from the Midwest knows that OPE is an all-use word. It's an interjection, an exclamation.
Exclamatory.
It's an apology. It's everything. If you're not from the Midwest. Again, no one's listening to this. So
yeah, also true.
Yeah.
People might be. You don't know.
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pittsburgh Steve. What up?
What's up?
So, Pittsburgh Steve, if you don't know what OPE means,
you can go fuck yourself.
Probably does. Pittsburgh close enough to being Midwest. They probably consider themselves Midwest.
No.
So they're like, oh, we're Midwest.
No.
Fuck you.
Ohio
if you're
is
on
like
Eastern time.
Yeah.
No. Indianapolis considers themselves Midwest.
Yeah, I said Ohio.
Well, yeah, she said Eastern time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Some Eastern time zones can have it. But like Central time zone is core Midwest.
Yeah.
We're talking Middle America.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Octagon.
So, Octagon. Octagon is going to be a 3-minute segment where these 2 dopes.
Ish.
Yeah, 3-ish.
3-ish.
These 2 dopes get into the Octagon and fight about something. If this were a physical fight, Jordan would use me as a human shield against Mick.
I haven't ever been in a fight.
Yeah. If this were a physical fight, Mick would absolutely win. But it's not a real octagon.
I'd run.
Yeah, Jordan would climb the cage.
Yep. I'm out.
See you later. So they are going to talk about a sports
topic.
Stop it.
You're the host.
Well, stop taking my stuff. They're going to talk about a sports topic and they're going to fight about it. Here's the fun part. I get to choose A, who wins, and B, which side of the argument each of them is on. Neither of them knows.
That is true.
For this one, I will give you guys the sides I know you both want to be on.
Okay,
because
good.
I do not want to hear the stupid arguments that you guys have to make on the other end. Neither of you's educated enough to do that.
Ooh,
So
that's hurtful.
that's hurtful.
That is
I'm
hurtful.
not either, but
A
I'm the
little bit.
host. Yeah.
I could turn it on.
No, you can't.
Oh, I totally could, but go ahead.
I think we should try it. Let's try it.
No, don't
All
ruin.
right, you already assigned it. Fuck it, let's go.
This is
She's
all
in
done.
charge.
I'm the Michael Bedell here.
Not spawn.
Okay, so I'm going to set a timer for 3 minutes. In order to interrupt the other, the person has to say "ope." You must respect the ope. If
Yeah.
someone opes you, you have to stop what you're arguing.
Skip.
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 You have to stop what you're arguing and let them argue. 3 minutes are on the clock. Today's,
Topic.
I'm going to smack you. I'm going to
We're
smack
fighting
you.
with each other. We're supposed to be fighting with me.
Yeah.
True.
I'm not in this cage match. Today's argument is, does the NFL Combine actually matter? Because I know that neither of them can fight the other side. Mick is going to say, yes, it does matter. Jordan is going to say, no, it does not matter. 3 minutes on the clock.
Who
I'm going to give
starts?
Mick the starting. Interrupt me again.
Okay.
I don't have a voice. This is bullshit. Mick is going to start. 3 minutes. Ready, go, Mick.
All right. First of all, it does matter because teams need to know how big a player actually is. It's well known that every college team exaggerates how big their player is. It's just a fact. Even in high school.
Hold on. Even
Oops, fuck you.
NFL teams exaggerate things.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
true. They do. But
That's
if
a
you're-
common sports thing. He didn't say, oh,
Yes, he did.
I did. It's true. But if you're a team spending as much money as you're going to on a first round pick, you're going to want to know everything you can about that kid. So the combine's not necessarily about figuring out, oh, this guy can run fucking 4.4 at 224 pounds. It's figuring out, one, he's 224 pounds. Two, he's 6 foot whatever. One, he has 9-inch hands. Shout out Joe Burrow, he's tall, small dick. 2, 3, that he's healthy, doesn't have any ACL tears or MCL tears or anything like that. The part that we see is such a small part of the combine.
Oh. Hold up there, buddy. Here's the thing. Even with all this info from the NFL Combine, the NFL draft is essentially a crapshoot. Like no one actually knows who's good. Here's the thing. All of the smart coaches these days are not necessarily scouting the best player. They're getting the most picks possible because they're starting to understand that if you have more picks, you have a greater chance of getting
1 minute left.
getting someone good. The combine isn't telling us anything besides the fact that, oh, this kid has a good personality. Like all of the other stuff can be seen on film.
Film is. I'm not going to argue with you that it matters that this kid can run a 4.28 because historically the fast wide receivers suck as wide receivers. It doesn't matter what you do out. The part that we see as the public is such a small part of the combine.
Right.
It's the physical. It's the interview. You have to know if this guy is going to be able to do the X's and O's of your offense.
Here's the thing. I agree with that part. The problem
you agree. All right.
The problem that I have with the combine is that it starts turning into like a really creepy exercise. I'm not done.
The creepy exercise.
Hold on. I'm not done. I have
done.
1 point left.
So Mick can have a point left.
Oh, okay.
I'll give my point after he gets his last point.
Why am I here?
The thing about the combine is that it starts to get creepy. If you think of it in the fact that it is a bunch of old scouts and GMs and NFL owners and coaches just sitting in a room looking at groups of people and like trying to distinguish them. Like it feels like a market almost. Because here's the thing. Here are
This is a
real
long point.
quotes from
This
scouts.
is a long point.
Someone said about a player, quote, he has tight skin. What does that have to do with anything? It just gets
It's gonna
creepy.
break easily. I don't know.
I don't know what that point is, but you said you agreed. 1, 2. The creepy part is mainly for the viewers. The NFL knows that its fan base is voracious.
And
they want football all of the time. So they sell it. They're like, hey, you guys want to watch the combine? That's kind of fucking weird, but we'll do it. So that's why they moved it to prime time.
I know.
Up until this year, I could watch it at work. I didn't watch it at work ever.
Horseshit.
But up until this year, you could. Now they moved it to prime time because people watch it.
Okay, that's the end of this. That's approximately a lot of time. I don't know why I'm here. Feels rude, but okay.
Because you had to decide a winner. Also, Jordan said he agreed.
Yeah. I mean,
I think it depends.
you also said that you agreed with him at one point too.
That's true.
Yeah.
We both had valid points.
I think it depends on what you.
Yeah. Here's my thing.
I mean,
I
you have to
think-
sleep with him, so I guess.
I know. I think. Whoa. We're not measuring hand size yet. Calm down. Jordan forgot to get the tape measure.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I'm gonna say Jordan wins this one because at the end of the day, does it make money for the NFL? Yes, of course it does. Does it matter if guys can, be a decent interview or run the X's and O's? Yes, of course. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter because it is just throwing your dice out there and hoping you get it right.
It matters because if a guy has injuries in his past,
I've made my decision.
I'm not arguing until
Octagon champion, first ever Octagon.
Your wife is the decider. Fucking rigged.
It's fucking rigged. Mick, you know this. It's rigged in your favor. 90% of the time, I'm probably going to choose you.
Rigged. All right. Fuck it. I'm over it.
Fair enough.
Over it.
NFL Combine.
Let's get on some combine shit real quick.
Yes.
Dale Rigger is a fucking beast. He ran a little bit slower than expected at 4.47, but for being 5'10", 202 pounds, he can jump out of the gym.
He's a freak.
He's a freak. Henry Ruggs, also a very good athlete, but he's not as complete of a wide receiver as Rager. Rager had much worse quarterback play and no one else around him in college. Also, I'm talking about shit that you don't learn at the combine, so I'm arguing against my own point.
See, like all this shit, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like,
we're out of the
prospect,
Octagon.
Just because we're talking about a sport still.
I like structure.
Yeah, no shit.
The combine, it doesn't matter to the scouts so much.
Mm-hmm.
It does to some teams.
Yes.
Like the Bengals. The Bengals are bad for, this guy's an athlete, let's draft him. Oh, the public likes him, let's draft him. Because we don't want to spend money to get actual good players, which is why Joe Burrow fucked.
Yeah, he's in trouble with his tiny hand dick. I mean hands. 9-inch hands.
9-inch hands are actually, for a normal human being, they're
huge.
Slightly above average.
Yeah.
But to grip a football, I'm more concerned that it took him 5 years to become a starter than that his hands are 9 inches.
I'm not concerned. He'll be fine.
I don't know about that.
Unless he goes to Cincinnati.
I don't know if he'll be fine. I think he could be a bust.
Is a dumpster fire. The only way he's going to be a bust is if he goes to a team that's a dumpster fire.
All right. It took him 5 years to be a starter. He's
a redshirt
senior.
Look at the quarterbacks he sat behind, though.
It doesn't matter. He sat behind them.
There's an argument to be made, though, that he spent time learning. You know, he's going to be more prepared than somebody who came out and
25.
What's that?
He's 25. He's old. He's an old rookie.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
Okay.
I mean, I might like him. I don't know.
He's going to a team that needs somebody to start right away. He's going to be your best option because he has more time.
If they keep AJ Green, I think he'll be all right. If they don't keep AJ Green and his only real wide receiver is Tyler Boyd, he's in trouble.
Yeah. For real.
But all right.
Okay. Also, fun fact. The only thing that I paid attention to at the combine, like the times and all of that is fun. But I think it's amazing that a punter set the bench press record.
Really?
So, yeah.
How
So
did I miss that?
Arizona State's Michael Turk, the only punter who participated, recorded 25 repetitions of 225 on the bench press.
That's so many.
Some-
So that's not the bench record.
No, but
But for a punter,
it is for a punter.
25, a punter, a man who
25.
made something on his
25 is
leg,
a lot of 225. That's
bench press 225, 25 times.
a lot.
That's crazy.
But you misled me. You said the bench press record, but
Or-
without punter in there. So I was going to be impressed by this, but I'm still impressed because that's
Yeah,
It's
like,
incredible.
nuts.
Some reports some people have been quoted saying his arms, quote, look like logs. This is a punter. Like,
What do you have your arms for? Work on
How?
your legs, bro.
I don't know.
Maybe he's
He just doesn't want to skip arm day.
gym rat.
So how soon will when do you think the Vegas will draft him? Is it gonna be in the 5th round?
Yeah.
Good old Raiders.
They want somebody fast and they want somebody who can kick, and that's it.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
if you're fast and can kick, and they need a star because they're going to Las Vegas.
They already have a star.
Who do they
If
have?
you say Derek Carr,
I
I
was
will
going to
punch
say
you.
Jacobs, but
Oh, no one from Alabama can be a star because Nick Saban beat it into them that, hey, you don't talk to the press, you don't have a personality.
that's,
True.
fair enough.
They're well media trained. I don't know.
Yeah. They are, because he
But that also
don't
doesn't make a star.
Oh my God. How incredible would Johnny Manziel be in Vegas? It'd be
Oh
a
my
shit
God,
show, but it'd
would
be
a train
incredible.
wreck.
I don't know if that'd be incredible. He wouldn't. I don't know if he'd make it to a game.
No, it'd be
Yeah, it
incredible
was
for
like-
like news and stuff. It'd be a shit show,
I'm like,
but it's a shit
agreed.
show I want to see.
I don't
Like,
think
I
it's
feel like
as a person.
that's a bad place for Johnny Manziel to be.
No, Johnny Manziel needs to be like in St. Louis and not in the XFL.
Oh,
I'm talking like old
I was
school
like,
Rams.
oh, it's almost like
No, St. Louis isn't any better. I
XFL.
don't remember much of St. Louis, but I know there's a lot of places to drink there.
Yeah,
It's
there
because
is.
You Gomers are all right. Well, there's that.
Good times. Anyway,
Any user, yeah. So that's thoughts on the combine. I think it is time to talk about a draft.
yeah.
Talk about a draft, Nick.
draft.
Let's talk about draft. All right.
For
So-
all of
All of our
you
6
people
listeners.
that only turn on this podcast to hear us talk
To hear a
about
bunch
this.
of dipshits rank your draft who know nothing.
I know.
Mick knows things.
I know.
I know
things. So this league is a 12-team league.
Like it.
Fair enough.
So this league is a 12-team league. It's Superflex with a 0.5 tight end premium. It's PPR for everyone else. 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 2 flex, and obviously Superflex. So I'm just going to start how I have them ranked,
Okay.
bottom to the top. At the bottom, I have my shitty team.
It isn't great.
Nah, I mean it'll look a lot better after the rookie draft, and also as we just discussed, you guys don't know much about the rookies right now.
Yeah.
So it's better than you think it is, but it's still not good.
You have 12. What? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you have 5 picks?
I have 5 firsts and 4 seconds.
Yeah. So
I mean, so I got a lot. It's not.
Yeah. You got a ton of room for young talent.
And my team is young. I'm decent at quarterback. My tight end is okay, depending on where Hooper goes. But I mean, I need to hit on at least 3 of those picks, and they need to contribute this year for me to be able to compete.
Yeah.
That's why I'm 12. At 11, I got Makalaka, 27.
Yeah, I agree. I hate his whole team.
I don't hate his team. Quarterbacks are good. I don't like that he took Trubisky when he had 102. I get that he thought he needed to get another quarterback because Tua, who's going to be the 102 or should be the 102 in Superflex, might not actually play this year. I don't like the Trubisky pick.
No.
I like Tyreek Hill. I like Devontae Adams. I like Robert Woods. And I like Evan Ingram. But I don't like them all on the same team.
Well, see, here's my thing. I like all of those players. I would never have them on the same team either because all those players are either they're going to go off for 20 points or they're going to get 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Devontae Adams
he's going all in on essentially big plays, and that isn't sustainable.
Other than the Adams-Rodgers stack, that's sustainable.
Yeah,
he's as long as Adams is healthy, he's a 15-point player a week at least. The part that I don't like is Damian Harris and James White. At 102, I'm sure he's planning on taking the best running back available, which in a superflex I don't love.
Yeah,
he should have, or he could trade it. I guess he's probably planning on trading it. That's what I would do. But I don't like having James White and Damian Harris as my running backs.
No, same.
I mean, he has Josh Jacobs, who's probably going to progress this year, but it's not a bad team. This league was hard to rank because there's not a bad team other than mine. But then
you're okay.
At 10, I have Clondon, and this is really just because of his quarterbacks and slightly his tight end. His quarterbacks are Locke and Cousins and Carr.
Yeah.
The only one I feel comfortable starting weekly is Cousins.
Yep.
Locke could progress, but I don't know if I trust him to carry the team.
Hell no.
Which the rest of the team is good enough that he could make the playoffs because he has Saquon, Derrick Henry, Odell, DK Metcalf, Calvin Ridley, Aaron Jones, and then Brandon Cooks. His tight ends are Njoku and Jonnu Smith. They could both break out this year, but
I don't trust Njoku.
Njoku's could be out of Cleveland soon.
I've heard that they were going to resign him.
Man,
they've talked about they've said that they're going to take his 5th-year option. So
we'll see. Yeah,
he's back in Cleveland, I think. But regardless, having Odell and Njoku on the same team, you're capping the upside there.
Yep. Risky.
I mean, you're also getting a little bit more stability week to week, but you're capping your upside.
You're also hoping that Baker Mayfield goes off again, and
I think he's going to bounce back. I don't necessarily think he needs to go off.
I think so too. I think he's going to bounce back, but this was just such a weird season because
Freddie Kitchens shouldn't have been a head coach.
Agreed. But yeah, he just looked not great.
Yeah, and I mean, he has Corey Davis and Rojo. Both of them have disappointed to this point. They could be decent.
So far.
I don't know Williams isn't useless. Oh, Rojo?
Rojo, yeah.
He's not useless. He was I think he was a top 25 running back last year.
Yeah, but man, I don't
The reason that I don't trust him is because I don't think that he's the starter next year. I would bet that they draft a rookie, and at best, he's in a timeshare.
Yep.
With a player that's better than
him,
Peyton Barber.
Yeah.
So then at 9, I have extended warranty.
Okay.
His team it's good.
It's not bad.
I don't like his quarterbacks. That's
Tannehill.
going to be a theme with these bottom tier teams.
I don't
trust that he's going to bounce back.
No, I don't
And
either.
I don't think he has a long-term number 2.
Well, Fitzy.
With Tom Brady and Fitzpatrick,
No.
He's got a couple of old quarterbacks.
He has a couple old quarterbacks, and then his wide receivers they're good.
I
might be getting traded, so he could have 4 top.
Yeah.
But he's also just got an older team.
Yeah.
Like one
general,
of his,
yeah.
Julio's old. Keenan Allen's old. Like, yeah.
Mhm.
Diggs is 27. Kelsey's 31. Thielen's 29.
Yeah.
Williams might not even be the starter.
Right. Like, it's just.
I could see this team if Mixon breaks out, which he might.
Yeah.
I don't see this because of the quarterbacks. I don't think he's going to be in the playoffs. But the rest of the team is good enough, and Kelsey in a tight end premium is basically the wide receiver 5, at least this year.
Yep.
So it's not a bad team. It's not a good team. There's not really, like I said, there's not a bad team in this league. So.
And does he have any picks?
No.
Okay.
Well, he has his 3rd.
I was like, he traded that?
Yeah.
Yikes.
I didn't include that. Yeah, that's the other thing I was thinking. Looking at
with an older team having no rookie picks, just I don't know. Yeah.
Looking at the team, I would expect to like it more without having a 1st or a 2nd.
Yeah.
But that's just me, I guess. I like being young. At 8, I have Boss Ox 007.
Boss.
It's all the way at the end.
Okay.
Yep.
This one, he has the 101, which is going to be Sam Darnold. So it's
what?
I mean, not Sam Darnold. It's going to be Joe Burrow.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's
8. I don't like any of his receivers.
I like AJ Brown. I don't know how much I trust him as my number 1.
Agreed.
His hype right now is crazy high, and he's going. He's going in the 3rd round of startups.
Yikes!
Which, I mean,
that seems high.
It seems high, but when you think about it, he's 21. He just had a 1,000-yard season, which historically, if a wide receiver has a 1,000-yard season as a rookie, he's elite. It's just he is.
Okay.
Dalvin Cook and Nick Chubb are both. That's a solid pair of running backs.
So questionable because both of those guys have gotten hurt like each of the past couple seasons. Like, I don't know if I would be real happy about
having both of them.
When both.
He also has Alexander Madison, so he has his butt covered there.
He has the handcuff, but
it'd be nice if he had. I don't know if I'd want Kareem Hunt too, but I don't know. It's not a bad team. I like it because I like AJ Brown and I like the direction it's going. I probably have it ranked higher than it's going to finish because he's banking on a lot of progression and also a bounce back here from Connor.
Yeah,
and Joe Burrow being a good quarterback. So,
pretty much.
At 7, I got ND Sarsky, whatever that is. It's a good team. I don't like. I don't like his flexes.
Campbell and
T.Y. Hilton.
I like Hilton. And I like Campbell. I don't like having both of them, and I don't like having to start both of them. But he can probably start Cohen, and the 103 is. If 102 ends up taking a running back, 103, he would be crazy not to take Tua, in my opinion. Especially because he doesn't have a 3rd quarterback.
Yeah.
He just has Taysom Hill, which now because Breeze is coming back isn't a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
So I might have this team too high too, but I think it's a solid core. Kittle's a really good tight end.
Yeah.
Jimmy G's solid.
That's what helps him. I
think it's a solid team. I think I might have it too high, to be honest.
Rely on Allen Robinson as a first.
I love Allen Robinson as the first.
Of course, you do.
A-Rob was a top 12 tight end or top 12 wide receiver this year with the horrible play that he had at quarterback. If he gets even just a little bit better, he's still a top 12 wide receiver. And he's only 27 or going to be 27.
Yeah.
He's a stud. He's had shit for quarterbacks.
Yes, he has. But that's the thing, though. He still has shit for quarterbacks. He has
he was still a top 12 wide receiver last year.
Fair enough. I just don't trust it at all because I feel like after this season that Trubisky had, Nagy's gonna kind of take it out of his hands a lot more.
I think he's gonna put it back in his hands more because what hurt them more was that Nagy was trying to get cute.
Yeah, but
because they don't have an offense, we're not going to talk about the Bears right now. Anyway, at number 6, I have S. Charjo.
Oh my God! What is it?
S. Charjo.
Oh,
play on Escargo. I don't know.
I'm guessing it's.
I thought it was
Scarjo.
Scarjo. Yeah,
we'll go with that.
Agreed.
It could be Escargo.
Yeah,
it could
be a solid team.
Off.
He has Goff and Matt Ryan. Juju.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
CMC is your running back. As long as you have somewhat of a decent team around you, it's going to be good. I don't know if I love having Juju and John Brown. As to me, Juju, he's definitely a buy low in Dynasty right now, but I think he'll be a bigger buy low next year because we're counting on the fact that Roethlisberger is going to be healthy and he hasn't even thrown a tennis ball yet.
Yeah.
If he's not healthy, Juju's not going to have a much better year than he did this year.
Yeah.
So, meh. And then his third quarterback is Andy Dalton.
Yeah, I don't love his quarterbacks, but
I don't love his quarterbacks, but I think they're decent enough. And then McCaffrey, Eckler, Hunter Henry, and then Zach Ertz. I think his flexes are probably maybe the best as far as a pair of flexes, the best in the league.
Yeah.
Because in a tight end premium,
Lindsay,
premium, it ain't bad.
No, it's not. It's not bad. It's not. Again, it's not amazing. There's not an amazing team in the league. At 5, I have Mahomes. Well, hail to Troy. He has Mahomes, Baker, Case Keenum, Kyle Allen as his quarterbacks.
Okay.
If he gets an injury at quarterback, he might be in trouble.
Yeah. But also, oh man.
You want to expound on that?
Well, I just don't love anyone else on his team except Mahomes.
I like Fournette. Fournette was a top 10 running back this year with only 3 touchdowns total.
Yeah.
So if his touchdowns progress, even if let's say he misses 3 games, as long as his touchdowns progress, he's going to be a top 10 running back again because he had he had 100 targets and it's PPR. So that's an underrated part of his game. You got Mostert, who knows what he's going to do.
The thing is, he has
4 quarterbacks.
He has a Mostert and Tevin Coleman, so he's basically
covered there.
That pretty much counts as 1 though, because San Francisco is such a running back by whoever has the hot hand.
Yeah, but at 109, I think he's going to be able to get another running back that will be able to slot in for whichever running back. And that'll end up being his flex. And whichever, between Mostert and Coleman, whichever one ends up being the hot hand, as long as he can play it right, he'll have
he picks
work.
Yeah.
As long as he has the right one in, he has a running back 2 at worst.
Yeah.
And then Sutton, I think, is going to take a big step forward. Lockett is going to be a wide receiver 2. Mike Williams, I think if he gets a quarterback that can actually throw the ball more than 5 yards downfield, is going to take a jump forward and be at worst a wide receiver 3.
Yeah.
Waller is a solid tight end. Slayton, I think, is going to take a big jump as long as they don't draft anyone very highly. He led rookies in touchdowns this year, so he's a guy that I think people are sleeping on a little bit.
Okay.
And then he has the 109, 204, 207, and 208. So if he can hit on a couple of those, or at least one of those seconds, and that 109 works for him, I think he'll be decent.
Yeah.
Solid. 4, I got Steve. Steve's team's old as fuck.
Oh, stiff
arm Steve is Steve from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, this is Steve from Pittsburgh.
Oh, Steve from Pittsburgh.
All right, so I got it. Steve from Pittsburgh is the reason that my draft is so horrible.
Oh, Big Ben.
So I had a game plan. It was working pretty much almost as well as I wanted it to. And then I had 3 back-to-back picks right after Steve had 2 back-to-back picks. It was looking great. I was going to get Terry, Debo, Chark. I was going to be happy. And then Steve took Chark.
Yeah, I was like, there's Chark and there's Terry on Steve. Oh, Steve.
Yeah, that's the part of the team that I like the most because I really like Chark.
Yeah, it is an old team, though.
Outside of his wide receiver is old. Mm-hmm. But when he got Gordon and Hunt and Bell, they were all values for where he drafted them.
Okay.
And Drake, too, to be honest. So, real quick. After he took those 2, I took Debo, and I was like, fuck it. I hate you, Steve. I'm trading down because I was mad and upset. I should have just stayed put and taken Michael Gallup and Tyler Boyd. Okay, so imagine my team. Take away the 110. But instead of Parker and Curtis Samuel, put Chark and Terry in there, or Michael Gallup. And
you'd be a lot better.
I'd be much better. And also, I kept fucking up for 2 more rounds after that happened. Thank you, Steve.
Anyway,
so Steve. Fuck you, Pittsburgh, Steve.
So anyway, Steve, he's got Deshaun and Dak, 2 top 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Gordon, Drake, Lev Bell, and Hunt, all at least running back 2s, probably.
Yeah.
Chark, Terry, Sterling Shepard, and the 105. The 105, he's going to have his choice of either Jerry Jeudy or CeeDee Lamb. I would go Jerry Jeudy, Steve. Just throwing that out there.
It kind of depends who takes them, too.
True. This is true. But either way, whichever one he gets is probably going to start over Sterling Shepard, and his wide receivers are going to look a little bit better. And then Mark Andrews is, to me,
a great
tight end 3
tight end
in Dynasty right now. So that's a great tight end. He has Eric Ebron. Jerick McKinnon's a nice flyer. Will Fuller, meh. Alshon, meh.
He can stay healthy. He's good, but he hasn't ever
healthy
for a full season.
Is fine for Steve because he's not counting on him. He's going to be starting those 4 running backs,
right?
And be happy about it, I think. So I have him at 4. He's a solid team. It's old, but knowing Steve, he's going to trade me those shitty players probably.
Nice. Well, it's you. So
Mick will take any trade.
Usually,
Mick will take any trade.
Not true. All right. Anyway, at 3, I have Jeff West 1. This is because of his quarterbacks, mainly. His quarterbacks and his wide receivers. You got Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen.
Yeah.
They can both be top 5 quarterbacks. He doesn't have another quarterback, which is an issue because with those 2 running quarterbacks, you're going to have injuries.
Probably.
It's going to happen.
But he could pick some up. He's got, 2 in the first round and 3 in the second. What's that?
Who's he going to get? He's not going to get Tua. He's not going to get Joe, and he might get Herbert. But if Herbert goes to anywhere decent, I'm going to take him at 104. Or 105, sorry. No, 104.
You got 104.
Because value, that's why. But I love Rashad Penny. Yep. I love John Ross. I think he's going to have a big bounce back. Golden Tate's solid. His wide receivers, as is, I really like. Higbee, I don't know about as a tight end. Well, if he does even half of what he was doing at the end of the last year, is a good tight end. But he also has Jared Cook, so he can just
go back and forth.
He has the 106 and 111, so he can get some running backs there. His biggest weakness is that backup quarterback, which and then he has Kerryon Johnson and Devontae Freeman. Who knows where Devontae's playing, but I'm sure he's hoping at 106 he gets a quarterback or running back to plug in there. The big thing with his team is going to be injuries. If Kerryon can stay healthy, he probably is a running back 2. And then as long as his quarterback stay healthy, he'll be good.
Yep.
At 2, I got CK817. He's got Kyler Murray, Carson Wentz. This team is really, really solid.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I do too.
Love his running backs. They're decent. They're good enough. His quarterbacks are both have the potential to be top 5 quarterbacks, I think.
If his running backs can build on their past season, he had the chance to have a really good team.
Yeah, and he's young. I think he's got a lot of upside. If it doesn't pan out, he could end up. I mean, if Godwin regresses, if Singletary and Montgomery just stay at where they were last year, and if Hawkinson doesn't develop, same with Murray, I mean, he could end up being an average team because of those quarterbacks. I don't think he's going to – I think he has a shot to make the playoffs even if the rest of his team falls flat. But overall, it's a good team. I like it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have – I'm pretty sure he traded all of his 2021 picks.
He has no picks.
Some of his 2022 picks. But, I mean, when you trade all your picks, that's the type of team I expect to see.
Yeah, he's got a young team, so it's not like he's –
No, he's not in trouble. Like, he doesn't need to win now. He has probably at least a 4 to 5 year window. Or maybe 3 to 4 year window. But at number 1, I got N Young 7688.
I agreed. I saw his team and I was like, he's gonna be really good.
Does he have no picks?
No picks. He traded them all to me.
Okay, that feels right.
It feels right, but he has a really good team.
It's a really good team, and it's really. I mean, it's fairly deep. I don't love his flex options. I think honestly, this time next year, and I'm biased because it's my team, but I think this time next year, because of the amount of draft picks I have, and as deep as this class is, and as good at drafting rookies as I am,
okay.
Who called me a homer for drafting Patrick Mahomes?
Hey,
you did.
I did. Well, that's because I wanted to call you a homer.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I was mad that you drafted him. Anyway, he has N Young 7688, has Russell Wilson, Drew Brees as quarterbacks, Haskins as backup. At running back, he's got Todd Gurley, Marlon Mack, David Johnson, and Mark Ingram. He also has Darrell Henderson and Tony Pollard. This is the one spot on his team. Well, this and tight end. I'm worried about it a little bit. David Johnson, I'm worried about. I think he might just be done.
Agreed.
I think I don't know if he's going to, like, when I say done, I don't know if that means he's just going to be garbage.
Or if he's just going to choose not to play because he's going to be garbage.
Well, like,
I don't know about that. I don't think he's going to be done playing. I don't know if he's going to be a running back 1 ever.
No.
I don't know if he's going to be a running back like a high-end running back two ever again.
No.
And then Marlon Mack and Mark Ingram. I worry about both teams drafting a running back because the Mark Ingram's old.
Yep.
And I could see them phasing Hill in more. But that team runs the ball enough that he should still get work.
Yeah, I think he definitely took his team to win right now. Like,
I mean,
he's not great long term, but
this year and next
this
year.
upcoming season and next season, if he doesn't get a trophy, he's screwed because he isn't going to get back there.
Not without any picks.
Yeah.
No, it's an older team, but really,
but it's a great team.
Yeah,
it's a good team. It's a good team. That's why I had it number one. But I don't love Haskins as a third quarterback.
Oh no,
that's like that and OJ Howard as your tight end.
Not awesome.
That's not awesome, but it could be awesome. Could be great. But anyway.
Yeah.
So that's it.
So just a real quick.
Congrats to N Young 7688. You're gonna be a champion.
Or you're gonna suck.
Or
that.
Suck.
Who knows?
It's all a crapshoot. But I like your team.
Yeah.
All right. We got anything else tonight?
Quick update.
How's your XFL league going? What's up?
I haven't checked if I won you sleep this week yet or not.
Who's your XFL?
My XFL team is the Dragons.
And you picked them because
I got their quarterback, running back, and wide receiver on my XFL team because I don't remember how it happened. It just happened because there were names that people said were going to be good. So I was like, okay, I'll take your word for it, guy.
XFL, man. Super fun.
I do.
I'm a Battlehawks fan, obviously. St. Louis, a Battlehawks in the Battle Dome.
Are they calling it the Battle Dome?
Yeah. The Battle Dome?
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
They are. And also, I love that after games, they shotgun Stelter. It's hilarious.
I definitely won this week. Fucking Steve.
Is this Pittsburgh Steve
Pittsburgh
again?
Steve.
What? In the same? Yeah, we're in like every league together.
Of
God,
course.
he's taking over the show.
God damn it, Pittsburgh Steve.
No, we're in the XFL. He's in my XFL league, and me and him are the only two teams to have scored over 100 points.
God.
But he's done it every week.
And you?
I've done it.
Pittsburgh Steve.
I've done it once.
Needs to go outside. I feel like he's just only doing fantasy football.
Needs to go outside. You're saying this also about Mick.
Yeah, you're saying this about me too.
Mick probably needs to go outside
Yeah,
too.
but like he also has kids.
Yeah, Steve's single at 40 and doesn't have kids. Well, that he knows of.
We're giving away a lot about Steve.
Yeah.
For a man who chosen.
Yeah, sorry, Steve.
Fucking Steve. Fucking Pittsburgh Steve. Well.
That's the show.
That's the show. I sound like shit. Pittsburgh Steve stole the show.
And hopefully it just gets better.
We're going to fix it in post. What's the noise that we were going to do? It's not the doodly doo one.
Doodly 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 doo.
Thanks for joining us on Sports Casserole. And if you are a person that actually just listen to us for an hour and a half,
then hi, Grandma.
Yeah, I was like,
also
hey,
Steve
and Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Dude, if Steve stuck through this,
he's still here.
Oh, he's like
he's currently
in the chat.
listening.
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Jesus,
hey,
Steve.
You're crazy, but thank you.
Oh my God.
Well, that's that. The first episode, Sports Casserole.
Hope I didn't fuck everything
hit
up.
us up on let's see, we're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Search us. We'll try to get better at this.
No promises.
No promises. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.